Hey guys, it's Sandy, and today I tried out a few new products. Slash, like, I tried to do like a little set of nails. I just did like a little like a 5-finger little set. And these are not sized for me to wear at all. It's just to kind of use up some tips that I have that I can't wear because they're way too big or small, depending on the finger you're talking about. But anyway. Plus, I just wanted to use a few products that I had purchased that I haven't tried yet and give my thoughts on those. I really do not like how this set came out, but part of it is probably the fact that it was my first time doing something like this. Maybe the products that I do have, although were sufficient and worked, maybe there are like better of those products out there, you know what I mean, like for the what I had done, slash, you know, just I just don't like how these ones came out. I was actually planning on doing more with this set, but because they weren't turning out how I wanted, I decided I wasn't going to, because I was also going to add like some gemstones to these, but because they didn't turn out how I wanted, I didn't do that. But I do have all the products that I used, and so I wanted to talk about them. So I'm going to show the nails. I don't really love this nail stand I have. It's like one of those plastic ones that are like, like these are metal, but these are supposed to be like, they're non-magnetic, but these come out so easy. So I really got to be careful when I tip it up. But this is what I did, and as you can see, like I was trying to do like isolated chrome kind of thing. So the base coat on these, I'm just gonna like put them down and then like grab them. Like this would be the thumb, but so as you can see the base, gosh dang it, my camera wants to be all moved. My camera's just not being steady today. So on the base color I used was this the color I use is this Saijay color. It's just a black syrup. I did 2 coats of it on the clear tips, just so you guys can see. This is about the consistency of it. It's a pretty good product. I've used it a couple of times. I know I've talked about it before. So this isn't like a new product. I've used this one before in a couple sets of nails. I know I've used it in at least one set of nails that I have like shown on here. But this one's really good, and I got it on I don't remember if I got that on Temu, Shein, or AliExpress. I don't know. I got on one of those. And then to do the chrome, I did matte top coat all of these, and as you can see on some of them, like this one, I top coated the whole thing, and then on a couple of them like this one, I only top coated where the chrome was, so I left it matte. So the matte top coat I used is this one by Maymode, and this is just the Maymode matte. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing else in English. This is made in Korea. I got this on Sweetie Nail Supply. And this particular one, they said was made specifically for like when you're using like colored pencils and stuff on nails. Like it's supposed to do like it's a good matte for that apparently. Like that's what it was made for, but it's the only... Actually, it's not. I just lied. I was going to say this is the only matte top coat I have, but no, I think I have a little one, like a little mini one by, crud. Not Beetles. It's one of those cheap ones where you buy like the big sets, but it's not Beetles. I got it on Amazon, but I don't remember what it is. But it doesn't matter because I didn't use it. I used this one. So I think it matted out really well. Like you can see like where it's matte right here, it matted out really well, and it did an okay job, because you're supposed to what I've seen a lot of people do is you're supposed to matte the nail if you're doing isolated chrome, because chrome doesn't stick to matte. And I mean, it did a decent job. You can still see a few sparkles here and there, especially on the matte one. Well, I think you can see it a lot better on the ones I top coated. Like, it's all up in, like, especially this one, like, look, like, it's really all up in the black. But if you leave it matte, it actually didn't show up as bad, because it's, I'm assuming because it's matte. But, yeah, so it didn't stick, like, obviously like it did to the parts I isolated, but it still stuck to the nails pretty decently. So I'm not saying that this matte top coat is like bad. It could just be, it's just not good for the chroming, because like I said, this is, I guess more for like drawing on, like with, like to do like the colored pencil nails and stuff. So yeah. Then to make like this little, like the swirl, like the blobs and stuff, and if you look there, you can see brush strokes in it. I think you can see it in this one a little bit better. To do that, I used this. This is the Doi Thick Gel, and it looks like this inside. It's like a white, kind of like something that's like a foggy clear, because it's kind of clear, but then it's like kind of white. It's just this very thick gel, and I applied it using this brush, and it's like a, it says fashion nail brush on the handle, but I think they called this like a nuance straw brush or broom brush or something like that. And I'm almost positive I got this from Blanc Blanc, which is also on Sweetie, as is the Doi Thick Gel. I don't know if I like this brush, at least not for this thick gel, because I was trying to make it look brushy, right? But I don't think, I was either using too much gel or not enough gel, because, you know, also I noticed like on some spots, I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but like on this one, like I can see, like in person, again, I can't see it as much on camera, but in person, like right here, I can see like the white from the gel, because it's, like I said, kind of like a clear slash like a foggy clear gel where it's kind of white, and I can see that color poking through, and I don't want it to. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there, you know, and I don't really want to see that. And it gave me the texture I was wanting, like the brush strokes and stuff, but I don't know, I envisioned it looking different in my head, you know, and I'm gonna give this brush another shot with different products I have, like maybe the Jinbei Crazy Top Thick, or the Yogo Zombie top that's in the jar, to like maybe do something like this again, but maybe because that's really super clear, like maybe I'll be able, like it won't do the color thing that I like, it won't see like the whiteness, the white cast, but also maybe this thick gel just was not the right product for this particular brush. I don't know, I'm gonna try it and see how I make it work, but I didn't like this brush with this gel specifically. The gel, again, I liked it. It chromed okay. You know, it chromed nicely, decently. But again, I don't like the kind of like the white cast, especially on the black background. I feel if I had done this on like a lighter colored background, like, or a white, like a white background, or like a lighter color, it may not have been as noticeable, but because I did black, this was really noticeable, and I didn't like that. But this did do what it was supposed to do. Like I said, I think I just need to try it in a different application. You know, do something different with it. And then the chrome I used is this one by Diami. Now, I don't know which one this is because there isn't a sticker or anything on it. It just says Nail Innovation on the other side. And that sticker I put on there. And I don't even remember why. But I used this one from Diami. And I'm going to show you guys the chrome carefully. There it is in the jar. And then I'm just going to show you guys like the top of the cap. So you can kind of see like, this is the one, again, I got this on Sweetie. This is the one that is like, I think it's like $22 for this little guy, but it comes with a like free bottle of one of their, you either get white or you get beige, which I think the beige kind of looks more like pinky, but of like their nail polish of their gel that like is non-wipe, so you just chrome right on top of it. And there's 3 of these and I have all 3, but this is the one I used for this. And I really do like this. These are gorgeous. All 3 of them are gorgeous. And it chromed really good. I don't know, for one, I don't know if black was the right color for this one. I do like it though. Like, I like the color. It came out really nicely. Hold on. Let me get another one that you can kind of see the color a little bit better. Because I feel like the thumb... Okay, yeah, this one chromed much better. Like, I feel like that chromed really nicely. The color is gorgeous. I feel this also would have been pretty over a whole myriad of colors. But like I said, I had a vision in my head. And I know that with a lot of these, like, different chrome powders, you know, black is usually the one that's going to give you, like, the most oomph. You know, blacks or whites, I guess, depending on which color you want to shine through. But I was really hoping for it to pop. And it does pop, I'm not going to lie. Like, it looks good on the black. It's just really pretty. Like I said, this didn't really work out the way I had planned, but I do recommend these. These are very, very pretty. And if you can get them during their sales, they're even more affordable. Like, okay, like I said, this little bit of product is, like I said, I think it's $22. And I definitely wouldn't recommend this product at $22 if you just got the little jar, because there's really not that much product. And there are ones that are similar on Sweetie that are like $10 and $12. So you can get ones like Sweetie has their own brand now. The Sweetie brand, they have their own chrome powders and stuff now that I heard are really good, and they're like, I think $10 or $12. But these Diami ones are really, really good, and I do feel they are worth it because they come with that bottle of polish. If they didn't come with the polish, I would probably lean more towards getting a different one that was like comparable but way more affordable. Although, again, the Diami ones are very, very pretty. Anyway, so yeah, these, like, they didn't come out at all how I wanted. But I'm learning. I'm practicing. I did something new. I still like the color of the powder. I still like the color of the nail. I do think that it looks better, the ones that I like kept matte instead of like glossing the whole one. If I was to do that again, I definitely would have not glossed the whole thing. I would have definitely kept the matte and the glossy. Like I would have just glossed over like where the powder was. But yeah, so this gives me stuff that I can build on. Again, this brush might be good for something else, but I don't think it works well with this gel. Personally, I don't know if I do that again, or maybe I just need to practice how much gel I use. Like I said, maybe I used too much, maybe I didn't use enough. I will say, the only thing, like, is if you, I did top coat, oh, this is the top coat I used, by the way. It's just from a cart. I got it at Amazon, and I buy them in a pack of 2 for like $9 on Amazon. I picked that one specifically because before I chromed over this, like the gel or whatever, there was texture to it. It wasn't like super textured though, like it wasn't like super duper raised, but there was a little bit of texture. Some of these have a little bit more texture where like it was a little bit thicker. Like on this one where you can see like where I said like that white is, that's where it's like really thick and you can still feel it. But like on the areas down here, like where you can see where the lines are in it, that was just slightly textured. So I used this particular top coat because it's a very thin top coat. So I figured I could very thinly top coat it and maybe keep that texture. That didn't happen, except for like on the parts where it's on there really thick. So, like I said, I don't know if I was just using too thin of coats, too much. Like, I mean, I'm sure I probably used too much in some spots. But I was hoping to still be able to feel some of that texture. But you can't after you top coat this one, especially, or at least the way I did it. I'm sure there's probably ways you can do it where you will be able to feel it still. But I like that you can still see the texture. You know what I mean? Like you can still see the brush strokes in the product. You just don't feel it. So if you want to feel it, you know, you're going to have to figure something out. Maybe if you have another top coat that's even thinner or something, or maybe do it even thinner. Because like I tried to do a very thin top coat, but maybe it was just too thick. Slash, again, maybe I didn't use enough of this. I don't know. Like I said, it's the first time using it. I know I'm kind of rambling. But yeah, I did still want to show these off, even though they did not go the way I wanted them to, because, well, that's how we learn, right? You know, I can't only show you things that turned out at least somewhat decent. I have to show you, like, you know, if I show you the stuff that's like maybe not that great, you can see my process, and maybe you can give me some tips, tricks, pointers, different products to try, maybe even. You know, like I said, I am going to use this brush again. Like I know I said like I said, I don't like it with this gel, but I'm going to see if I can still find a way to use it that I do like, because it's actually it's a pretty nice brush. You know, so I'm hoping to find a way to use it. The Doi thick gel. I think that this worked fine. I think the brush was just not a good pick. It was just not a good brush to use with this product. And also because of that little bit of like that weird kind of white cast, I do feel that if this would have been like a white base or a lighter colored base, this would have been fine because it did its job. You can see the texture, it's nice. But yeah, so that is this video. I hope you found it informative. If you were looking to try some of these products, you know, I hope this kind of helped, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that is my video, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, if you do have any tips, tricks, you know, products, maybe like, be like, oh, instead of using the thick gel, maybe try this one, or, oh, that brush is okay, but like maybe this brush is better, or, you know, something, let me know. Alright, and that is my video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.